Emperor Lipton success story. Many of us know who Emperor Lipton is and many do not know who he is, but everyone knows who the famous Lipton tea is. Many of us drink this tea on a daily basis but do not know that behind the manufacture of this tea is a beautiful story of struggle that must be known. In the year 1871, specifically in Glasgow, a businessman who had a lot of money, Thomas Lipton, collected a lot of his savings and opened a shop selling many types of groceries. This man named the store after his name, and after 9 years of struggle and hard work, Lipton expanded his business, even owning more than 200 grocery stores across Britain. In 1881 AD, a steamer sailed from America loaded with a lot of cheese, and it was an exceptional ship that did not sail continuously, and it contained cheese in the form of wheels up to 4 meters. This shipment was heading to Lipton warehouses, with passers-by astonished by what they saw of the strangest shipment. Many specialists in the sale of cheese said that this cheese was obtained from collecting the milk of more than 800 cows. Before selling the cheese, Lipton spread rumors that the cheese sales had increased. The arrival of Lipton was the biggest financial gain that could be obtained from the cheese trade, and this was a major turning point in Lipton's life. In 1848, Emperor Lipton was born to a father who loved sailing a lot in the Irish Sea. It was he who taught Lipton the basics of commerce from a young age, as they had a retail store. When Emperor Lipton was young he used to go to ports and collect all the goods falling from the ships at that time. This surprised all the port workers and sailors. When Emperor Lipton reached the age of 15, he worked on a steamer, among the many ships that were in the port. During the work of Emperor Lipton, he managed to collect a lot of money, which he brought in to help him travel to America. Indeed, Emperor Lipton traveled to America and sought a lot to get work. He worked in rice cultivation and also in tobacco and a lot of business, but he desperately wanted to go to New York. When Emperor Lipton left for New York, he worked in one of the stores from which he took great experience. Emperor Lipton returns home after many years of exile from his homeland and his family, which lasted for 5 continuous years. Emperor Lipton decided to return home and implement what he learned from his experience and experiences in his country. When Emperor Lipton was 20 he purchased his first store bearing his name. He developed this shop and trained all the workers who settled with him in the best way until he was able to increase the capital. Emperor Lipton traded a lot of foodstuffs that were popular with many people. Among the most important commodities that he traded cheese, meat, hygiene tools, and many other commodities. Lipton has established many shops in many countries of the world, especially the United Kingdom, where it has established many shops bearing the name Lipton Market. Emperor Lipton was dependent on no one else to agree on the highest goods he sold in his shops. He was always looking for the owners of the best quality of the product and inspected it himself before agreeing to buy it. After time, Emperor Lipton appointed a specialist to go and buy the best vegetables. In order to be sold within trading, and from here he expanded in trade and collected a lot of money that turned him into a rich man. Although Emperor Lipton achieved a lot of wealth and a lot of success, he always was. He is looking for a lot of ways to help him develop and increase his money, so he thought of manufacturing and producing a product that bears his name all the time. Indeed, he manufactured Lipton tea, which still bears his name to this day, in ancient times. Tea was one of the most expensive commodities, the drink of the rich classes that they could buy. Tea was packaged inside decorated cans that can be opened and closed as if it were gold, but in the 19th century, tea was subjected to a major collapse in prices, and it became accessible to everyone, and it became the official drink in all countries. In 1890 Emperor Lipton went to Sri Lanka to make a purchase or deal in the tea of his life. After the decline in tea prices, traders neglected the tea and neglected the tea containers, which gave Lipton an idea. Lipton thought of adding new jokes to tea while making a distinctive box other than the traditional cans that people are accustomed to. This idea was an important point for the high sales of Lipton tea. In 1898, Lipton obtained the title of Sir, given to him by the British Queen, Victoria, and he joined the upper classes that run and rule the country. In 1931 Emperor Thomas Lipton died after building a pyramid of brands that survive to this day.